is a chef's dream. We're gonna grill it, serve it with an amazing chimichurri, and then do a chorizo and white bean fricassee. How do you describe skirt steak? It's tender, it's soft, and it is absolutely delicious. It's not a steak that you cook well done. So we season it first and marinate it. Get it up to room temperature, salt, pepper, and then we lift that flavor with this. This is magical. It's espelette. It's a really unique pepper from France, and it's spicy, it's warm, it's packed with flavor. The way it tenderizes skirt steak is incredible. Gently rub espelette into the steak. Take your knife and just literally make little inserts on top. And what this does, it sort of tenderizes the steak. Just hit the surface. Roll it over. Again, salt, pepper, olive oil, espelette, and just gently nick in, just gently, little grooves. And what happens now is that starts to open up the steak. It allows it to absorb that kind of marinade, puts a bit of heat into the steak. It takes 4 minutes to cook, literally 2 minutes each side, and then you let it rest. Cook this steak at room temperature. It needs to relax. It's got a lot of muscle in there. Like I said, it's a rare cut, and there's only 3 to 4 skirt steaks from each cow, so you can see how prized it is. From there, onto the grill. Get that grill nice and warm. Make sure you've got all that marinade running through there, and then on. We do this quick and easy. If you don't hear that noise at the beginning, then you don't lay that down. Take your tongs and go in between each one, all the way along. And that pushes that steak inside that grill. It's caramelizing the pepper, it's rendering the fat, and it's tenderizing the skirt steak so quickly. You'll see the actual marks from the grill, almost like you get a stamp on the back of a cow's butt. You own that mark, and that's the flavor. Lift up. Oh Lord, come on, seriously. Back down, lay it beautifully on there. Get your stamp on the other side of the butt now. In. 2 minutes each side, and then it's all about the resting. Now off she comes. Oh boy, and lay that to rest. That is it, but there's more. Now, chimichurri. Start off with your garlic. Nice pinch of rock salt. That blisters and tears up the garlic so quickly. A touch of sugar. From there, base in, and then just hammer down. And that rock salt and that sugar starts to create a reaction. It breaks down the garlic so quickly. In seconds, you've got this amazing puree, and the sugar takes away from the harshness of the garlic. And look, in seconds, you've got this beautiful, coarse, rough garlic puree. From there, add fresh oregano in, fresh dill in, get your mint leaves and just rip your mint in, tear it up. And then from there, coriander, tear that up in. And then finally, to give it that nice sort of earthiness, your fresh parsley. Now, tear that in there, touch more seasoning on top, and then the zest of a lemon. So you can see we're making this fragrant, incredible chimichurri. Once you've taken all the zest off, squeeze the lemon juice in. Beautiful. Now, back in there and start mix it up again. I don't want this super fine. I want it quite coarse. And the rock salt and the sugar starts to break down all those herbs. Beautiful. From there, olive oil. Put the olive oil into it sort of just underneath all those herbs. And then one final twist. Look at that. I mean, incredible. Once that steak has rested, bring the steak over, chimichurri on. I'm gonna just spread that over the steak, nice and thinly. I don't want it too strong, I don't want it too overpowering, but I'm just sort of masking the top of my steak. And as the steak sits and relaxes, the flavor of that chimichurri going into that skirt steak is just incredible. Push that down and let that sit there. I mean, wow, delicious. When I think of the garnish for the skirt steak, it needs to be robust. I'm gonna do like a white bean, a chorizo fricassee. First off, I wanna get the flavor of that chorizo out. So I've diced it. It goes into a cast iron pan to break down the fat. Look at that. Chorizo, 35% fat, so it literally fries its own fat. And the flavor coming out of that is incredible. Shallots in, garlic in, let that cook out. The shallots and garlic are absorbing all that flavor from the chorizo. Amazing. Now, in with the beans. I want these beans to sort of get all nice and waxy and bring this little fricassee together. As the pan starts to get dry underneath, a couple of tablespoons of chicken stock in. That looks incredible. Now bring that up to the boil, turn down the gas, and start dropping in my rainbow chard. That gives it a really nice sort of zinc, almost like a great robust spinach. Fold that in and let that cook out. And once all that stock is reduced, the beans absorb that stock and it just becomes a really nice, delicate sort of fricassee. How do we get that even richer? Touch of butter off with the gas and just drop in little cubes of butter around. And then look, just fold in that butter. And as that butter melts, it just puts another layer of richness into those beans. All those cannellini beans now have absorbed that butter and makes it so tasty. Great. Time to serve. First off, take those beans onto the plate. With the skirt, just slice very carefully down. Just look inside there, how pink and juicy and tender that is. Lift that up and just place that around your beans. And take a teaspoon of your chimichurri and just hit the plate. And then one final hit over the top, so it's cascading down. And that is my insight to the chef's secret to why the skirt steak is the chef's #1 dream cut. Beautiful.